Hello, my loves, and welcome to Create Your Life. My name is Simone Leah, and I am your host. And I am so excited to be here with you guys today. I have recently hit over 100 episodes on the YouTube channel and podcast. So I thought it would be really cool to do an episode where I share with you what I've learned on this journey along the way. But firstly, I just want to express my complete heartfelt gratitude for being on this journey with you guys. I feel so blessed to be able to do what I do, to be able to bring you guys these podcast and YouTube episodes, and to be able to share my wisdom, my story, my experiences, my magic with you guys. I'm so excited to be able to be here and just share with you guys. And I'm so thankful for every single one of you that tunes in, listens to the show, connects with me, works with me. I'm so grateful for every single soul that is in my life, whether that's physically in my life or just someone who's listening and connecting in that way. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I'm so grateful to be here. So let's jump in. What have I learned doing 100 episodes? First thing, I'm not bored with my subject matter. So that is the first thing. So when you think about starting a podcast, you might have that feeling of, will I run out of things to say? I have not run out of things to say. I'm 100 episodes in and I still have so much more to give and share. So I do think it's very important to find a subject matter that you really do want to talk about and that really does light up your soul. And I think one of those things for me is knowing that I love what I'm doing. I love interviewing amazing entrepreneurs, and I love doing the healing content, and I love sharing with you guys tips and tricks you can use in your business. I love every single video I put together, and I love everything about it. I love the process of it. I love all of the execution. I love putting together the thumbnails. I love seeing the end result. I love every part of this, and I love the fact that I get to share this part of my journey with you guys. So my advice to you, the very first thing, is find a niche or a subject matter that you actually want to talk about, and then just jump in and talk about it. And the next thing is knowing what you're actually capable of as far as a release schedule goes. So I originally thought that I would release one episode a day until I got to 100 days, and I thought that's manageable, that's doable. And I lasted 2 weeks. I released one episode a day for 2 weeks, and then I was like, I'm just going to do 3 a week. 3 is enough. And I think that biting off more than you can chew, while it seems good in the beginning, it can be hard to sustain long term. So making sure that your release schedule is something that you can actually stick to is very important. I feel it's a huge thing, because consistency is the thing that keeps the audience knowing you, liking you, and respecting and trusting you. The fact that you show up when you say you're going to show up. And for 100 episodes now, I have just consistently showed up 3 times a week at a minimum, and I've loved that. So I'm super excited about that. And if you're someone who knows that you're only going to be able to show up once a week, then that's fine. Put out quality content once a week. I knew for me, I couldn't put out quality content 7 times a week, but I could do it 3 times a week. So that's where I'm at. And now that I've hit 100 episodes, I'm going to take the show back to once a week, because there are other projects that I want to put my energy into at the moment. And so just cutting back to once a week is going to really suit me and the direction that I'm going. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm totally fine with it. So my advice to you is, when you are putting together your podcast or YouTube channel, pick a release schedule that you can be consistent at with for a long time. So since this podcast has started 100 episodes ago, it's been a minimum of 3 times a week. So that's pretty consistent. That's over 6 months now, and like long term, I may go back to 3 episodes a week, but it's also going to be really cool if I don't. If I just stay at once a week, that's also going to be fine. And that's okay, but don't do a release schedule for a month and then change it a month later and then change it a month later again. you really want to build that consistency with your audience. And the reason why I did 3 a week in the beginning to get started is to kind of launch the platform, kind of get out there and share a lot of content and get people viewing it. But it was never my intention to release a lot of content forever. Maybe I'll go back to 3 times a week, maybe I won't, and I'm okay with that either way, because I love the show, I love what I've put together, and I love being able to continue on this journey with you guys. So I'm really happy with where I'm at. I'm really happy with the 100 episodes I've put out so far, and I'm really excited about the next 100 episodes. I think the quality of the content's only going to get better as I continue on in this journey, which I'm super excited about. And that would be my next point. Make sure that your quality is always improving, always getting better, always adding in new things, better things, finding your way, and just, making it the way you want to make it, and really making it the channel or the podcast that you want it to be. Don't get stuck in anybody else's little hole. Just make it your channel and make it better and better as you go along. Continue to grow and expand, and to allow your channel or podcast to grow and expand with you. The next thing I would say is stick to your strengths. So when I first started this channel, I had a lot of experience dealing with YouTube and putting together videos and video editing and all of that sort of stuff. And I had literally zero experience with podcasts. So from day one, I have outsourced the creation of the podcast, and that's working for me, and I love that. I love not having that pressure on me. Now, if you're someone who doesn't want to do that, do it, go ahead. But having to do the YouTube channel and all the marketing and keep my business running and do all of that on top of having a podcast, which I'd never done before, and editing that podcast and releasing that podcast and doing all the podcast things, it just wasn't something that was going to work for me. I didn't have the time or the desire to learn those skills, and I didn't really want to. I didn't think I needed to, and I haven't needed to. I have a great team who does the podcast. I send them through the audio, they clean it, they put in all of the behind the scenes stuff, they do the show notes, and it's fabulous. It works for me, and I love how that works. It's really, really great. And knowing what your strengths are and what your talents are and what's easiest to outsource for you, if you're ready to outsource some parts, outsource the things that you don't enjoy, the skills that don't bring you money or don't align with you. They're not things that you enjoy, they're not revenue generating, they're the things you get rid of first. So that is definitely a pro tip there. Just making sure that if you are going to outsource, you outsource the right things in the right order. Definitely outsourcing things that don't bring you revenue and that you don't enjoy are 100% the main things to outsource. So that would absolutely be one of the tips that I highly recommend. And I do recommend that. I definitely recommend outsourcing things that aren't your strength and aren't in alignment to you. And you can do that in your business in a lot of ways. I just outsourced the podcast, but for you, you might like putting together a podcast, but outsource the social media creation or the marketing or something like that. There might be something else that you want to outsource, and that's totally fine. Your journey can look completely different from mine, and that's totally okay. Everyone has their own journey, and that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of doing these sort of things. So the next thing I want to say is don't get caught up in the details. Yes, you do want to be constantly improving, constantly growing, constantly evolving, but don't get too caught up in the little things that might not be having an effect on where you're going and what you're doing. Having phenomenal audio quality from day one, if it costs you a fortune to do that and to get people to edit out all the breathing sounds and that sort of thing, it's not going to be worth it. You can get away with doing the first 20 episodes or 40 episodes or 100 episodes without it being completely perfect. And yes, do your best, but do it in a way that works for you. So because of the fact that I do meditation content and people don't want to really hear breathing sounds in meditations, I do edit out the breathing sounds, and my team does edit my audios always to just take out any little extra words or things like that aren't needed, that aren't necessarily adding value to the show and the audience. And so I don't get caught up if that sort of stuff is missed, or if there's an extra breathing sound in there that I didn't want in there, or something's a little bit not how I want it. I don't get too caught up in that, because in the long run, if you're 95% or if you're 98% there, that 2% is okay. It's better to have that 2% that's not there and actually get the content out there, get the show out there, than spending hours and hours and hours and hours editing out every single breath sound and hating it and not wanting to get it done and just feeling like you're pulling teeth with yourself. That's not what we want. So imperfect action is a lot better than perfect. Try and let go of some of those little things. And yes, as soon as you can afford it or you do have the time, make it the exact quality you want to be. Really step it up. But in the beginning, I would say to keep it simple and let a few of the things go that are stressing you out. Because honestly, I've met people who have written books and they've had those books for 10 years and they just continuing to alter those books and adjust those books. And they could have had 10 books out in 10 years. They could have done a book a year and had 10 books out after 10 years. And that would have so much more of an impact than having that one book released with 10 years worth of editing on it. So getting your content out there and getting your voice heard and creating the thing that you want to create is so much better than spending years and years and years on making it perfect. Just get it out there. Do what you want to do. Other things I've learned along the way is to be proud of yourself. 100 episodes is huge. Most podcasters do not make 100 episodes. So be proud of yourself wherever you're at in your journey. Be proud of yourself. I'm so proud of myself. I was proud of myself when I released episode 1. I was so excited because I was like, oh gosh, I really have a podcast now. This is so exciting. And now I'm at 100 episodes. I'm literally a podcast host. And that's phenomenal. Like, I'm super excited about that. And it's really cool for me to be able to see what I've created and to look back at what I've created. And I was talking to someone about the YouTube channel the other day and I was showing them, and I'm so proud of it. Like, I'm so proud of every single thumbnail. I'm so proud of every single video. I'm so proud of every guest I've had on, every episode that I've created. I really love my channel. I really love what I'm doing, and I'm so proud of the work that I've put out there because I've worked hard to do this. I've had to learn a lot of things. I've had to spend a lot of time. I've had to grow and evolve and expand. I've had to reach out to strangers. I've had to spend late nights editing. I've had to upload things that the teams missed at the last minute. And that's okay because it's my business and it's my channel, and I'm okay with that because I love it and it's my little baby. I just love it so much. So be proud of yourself. Be proud of what you're putting together. Be proud of what you're building and continue to move forward. Continue to just grow and evolve and expand and see where your life takes you. Life is a journey, and that's the joy. And on my journey, I really wanted to have a podcast and YouTube channel, and now I do, and I love it. Like, I chose subject matter that I've wanted to do for years. Like, I've wanted to do this sort of thing for a while, and I just hadn't had that time. The timing just wasn't right. And as soon as the timing was right, I've done it now, and I'm so proud of it and I'm so happy with it, and I'm going to make adjustments. I'm going to continue to grow and evolve, and I'm going to keep doing the podcast and YouTube channel because I love them, and I'm so happy and blessed to be able to do what I do. And I feel that that's probably tip, I don't know, 6, 7, wherever we're up to, is to have gratitude. So many people would love to be where you are, creating a podcast or a YouTube channel or doing your own business or trying something new. We're so lucky to be so blessed for information that we can do something like this. We can just wake up one morning and decide to start a podcast or a YouTube channel and have it started within like a week. We are so blessed to be able to do that, and it doesn't take much anymore. It doesn't take much to be able to, you can use a camera on your phone or computer. You can use those microphones as well if you want to. And it's one of those things that you can really just grow and build it at the speed you want to build it. But we are so grateful for that opportunity in the first place, because there are so many people who don't even know that it is something they can do. They don't even know that it's a possibility for them in their life, in their world, and it is, and it's a beautiful possibility. So having that gratitude for the fact that you can do this in the first place is honestly huge. Have that gratitude every day. Give thanks every day. This is going to be pro tip for sure. Have gratitude with everything you're blessed enough to be able to do, because there are people who can't do it. And on that note, and before we wrap up, have gratitude and give thanks to the people who've been with you on your journey, whether that's your audience, your community, your family, your friends, your parents, your partner, everybody in your life, your children. Give thanks for the people who've been standing there right by your side, supporting you and cheering you on, because when you are on an entrepreneurial journey like this, things can get hard. They can get stressful, you can get anxiety, you can get burnout. There are so many little things that can come up along the way. And being able to give thanks for the people that are supporting you and uplifting you and keeping you moving forward, honestly, they're amazing. They're right there beside you, being there, being your cheer squad. So give thanks for them. That is so, so important. And I can't express this enough, honestly, just to give thanks in general. Give thanks for your audience, give thanks for your people, and have the gratitude for the amazing life that you're living. Guys, I'm going to wrap this one up there. I hope you've got some valuable tips out of this, and I hope you've enjoyed this video today. It is a little bit different, and there are some things that have come up. I don't know whether you would have thought of them or not, but I hope you've enjoyed this show, and I really look forward to connecting with you guys again. So please connect with me. Subscribe to the channel, leave me a review, connect with me via social media. I would love to hear from you, and I cannot wait to hear from you and connect with you again soon.